we're going to talk about why morning writing is probably the best time to write your book. At least start writing your book, and why morning time is so critical to consider. This isn't to say that there's not nighttime people out there. There's plenty of night owls, but this is really targeted towards people that are morning people. Even if you're not the morning people, right? So even if you're that person that wakes up and you can be productive, but you don't really want anybody messing with it. And so we're not implying that if you're a morning person, you have to be the person that enjoys it, has a smile on your face, right? You're just simply the person that when you wake up in the morning, you're the most innovative, the most creative, the most imaginative, okay? And the reason for this is in the morning we have 2 times a day when we enter Theta. Theta was when we were in our youth, up to 7, 8 years old. We're in a state of super learning. We enter that same state of consciousness when we're adults, twice a day. Once in the morning when you're waking up, and once in the evening as you're going to sleep. So the main point here is that you're using the 1 out of 2 states of Theta that you as an adult have to use your creativity. But 1 is starting your work day out in Theta, and the other 1 is when you're about to retire for the day, when you're about to get your rest, when you need to go to sleep. So it's not that you can't enter Theta to write in the evenings. It's that evening routine for morning people. It's not so much for the creative parts, it's to wind down, to get your melatonin creating in your brain naturally so you can really start to rest. The morning time. You just wake up, whether it was an alarm or you just woke up yourself, and I highly recommend that, just waking up yourself, letting your body get the rest it needs. When you wake up and you're already in this super creative learning, at some point, you keep doing this, you may very well find that some of your best ideas for writing are going to come in the morning. And you might be able to flow with those later on through the day. But it's really, really, really important that you start your day out doing what you'll be doing. So you're already in the state of super learning as you started your day. And now these ideas that you're bringing out, if you worked before you took your shower, so you wake up and you're right, before you take care of your hygiene, what you're doing is you're saying, okay, thank you for this state of Theta that I've got first thing in the morning without even have to do anything. And you can directly put those creative, those innovative, those imaginative ideas, the ones that will really excel and launch in the real world, that kind of means something to more than just you. The best way to do this for morning people is to start your writing in the morning. The morning's not fun though. Get back to the people that don't always like the morning. It's not that you're waking up to write cheery stuff. Parts of writing your book are psychotherapy, so if you ain't always in a good mood, you don't have to be in a good mood. You just have to be awake, out of bed, and typing. Right? Surprise yourself with what you have to write. You might just have woken up from a nightmare or a night terror and realized that the stuff you have to write promotes better sleep the next night. So not only are you an author and you're writing a book, but you're also doing psychotherapy with yourself. Fantastic. It's a win-win. You're not going to set yourself up for failure at the beginning of your day when you start yourself out in a state of Theta and being creative with that state of Theta. Start your day out in the morning writing your book. Let's say you get 500 words done. Okay, that's achievable, right? University level is like you had 2 classes and you had a 250 word discussion post, right? So you just bang those out right in your morning, right? Now you can spend and invest your day after your morning that you've written. One, it's kind of like making your bed. You did this as soon as you got out of bed. Maybe you didn't even make your bed yet. So now we're saying for these people that are saying make your bed in the morning, I have a new philosophy. Write in the morning. Surprise yourself. See what you can come up with. Use the rest of the day to take notes, study, research, interview people, right? Use your daytime constructively and use your morning time in such a way where you know what you're going to have to research. There's going to be mornings when you wake up and you might not be sure what to write about. And we'll cover that in future videos. But please just understand that that's gonna happen. So you might come back to this video and you might go, man, I spent 2 hours that morning just sitting there doing nothing. The best possible outcome to that, I could probably answer that for you. But what's the best possible outcome to that? If you knew that you woke up and you wasn't really writing anything, let's just say you did that for a day or two, is it worth developing the habit of establishing that space for yourself in the morning? If it doesn't work the first few times, to you, is it worth trying something for, say, 100 days? We know the 30-day habit. We know the 30-day habit thing, it don't really work. Just look at how many people still use tobacco. We already know that these 30-day habit things don't work. So if it doesn't work for you the first day, it doesn't work for you the second day, for you as a writer, is it worth you establishing a morning routine for yourself to sit there and write as soon as you wake up, knowing that at some point in 100 days you could look back on things and go, man, I'm real glad I started when I did. The morning time is critical for almost anything. Whether you're a 9-to-5er and you use that time to get fuel and coffee or whatever you need at your local gas station, convenience store, right? You're using your time in the morning for something. And most of the time, your time in the mornings is spent preparing for your day. So if we can agree to that, then we can say that if you wake up and the first thing you do is you write. So you're writing your book. We can safely say that we're preparing you for that day to work as a writer. So another thing that we should talk about during this series is, what's work look like to a writer? You're getting up in the morning before you even make your bed. You're writing, and so what's the rest of the day consist of? Well, that's how my mind would work, right? So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna invest my morning every morning doing these things. What's next? Like, what the hell? What else are you gonna request of me? First thing, just wake up and write. To me, it's not even a request, because if it was your job, that's what you would do. You would wake up and you would get ready to go to your job. In the writing world, what writing expects of you is to wake up, prepare, which is writing, to do your job, which is writing, research. There's so much that goes into it. If you want to become an author, you start now. You do these things. Good morning.